welcome back to the journey. I am back. It has been a long time. It's been like 2.5, maybe 3 weeks since I made the last video. And I wanted to make a video for you guys because I've had people asking where I've been, what's going on. Of course, I have some subscribers that I talk to on the phone, some that I send emails to and they send emails back and forth. I also have some that follow on Facebook and Instagram. So some people know what's going on, some people don't know what's going on. So I figured I'd make an update video on what's happening. Yes, the homestead here in Arkansas is up for sale. Got somebody that said they got pre-qualified for a loan, so we'll see if anything pans out there. It's still listed on Zillow, just under pending. Reason, a lot of people, especially some of the subscribers I've talked to on the phone, only I think I want to say 3 subscribers know exactly what's happening, because I talked to them personally, not in full depth, except one, which is my boomer out there in Boston, and he knows exactly what's going on. Carla and I have been going out. We've been looking at properties that possibly has a house on it, has land. We're looking for a lot of different things than what this property has to offer. Now, this property, the homestead here in Arkansas, does work, but it doesn't work. And the reason why it doesn't work is because it's 99.5% hardwood forest. So 95 or 99.5% hardwood forest is good because I could cut trees, I could make money off the property. I'm over here at the campground area that I cleared out. That's why you don't hear the animals. We were going to set up the campground, and that was going to be a source of income. But the problem we're running into is, for what we want to do, it is so much work to clear the woods, to get grass planted. It's just going to be a lot of work. So, and 120 acres is extremely a large amount of acreage. It's just a lot of acreage. So it's a lot more than I thought it was going to be. It would take me a long time to get through the whole 120 acres. The goats and animals help clear the woods, but you still got to go. You got to cut the trees, you got to chip the wood, then you got to get the seed planted, and it's just so much work. So we still want woods. We've looked at several different places. There was a perfect homestead that came up out in Marshall. It was about half the size of the homestead here, but it was already fenced and cross fenced. Of course, it was barbed wire, so some of the areas I would have to change out to my type of fencing. But that's what we're looking at now, is getting something that's like a 60-40 split, 60% pasture, so we're not having to buy all the hay that we're buying, 40% wood, so we can still have goats and some of the other animals. And then we also want something that's a little more flat, so we have farmable areas to do larger gardens. Of course, I want to do the hygge culture, so it's hard on the hillsides because I can't get the tractor on the hill to dig the trench and then put the logs, move the dirt, everything like that. It's a bit pain in the butt. So this property is great for somebody that wants to do hunting or be out secluded in the woods, because that's what this property is. That's what it was advertised when I bought it. It was advertised as a subdivision. It was 6 different lots. I bought all 6 lots. Purdom Lane went all the way through, so you didn't have to have a road put in. The road was already there. So it'd be perfect for somebody that wants to build and live deep in the woods. Of course, Carla and I cut the path going up on top of the mountain to the house site. We started the other driveway. So a lot of stuff is already done for somebody that wants to come in and do that. So for those of you that are going to be saying, wow, I thought you loved the property, thought you loved Arkansas, I do. I love the property. I love Arkansas. I want to stay in Searcy County. I'm very happy in Searcy County. That's the county I'm in. I'm in the city of St. Joe, which is like 126 people or so. A couple people have died, so I don't know what the new number of people living here is, but it's not that big. But anyhow, we're looking. I want to stay in St. Joe, but there's nothing available in St. Joe in my price range. So, no, actually, nothing in my price range anywhere because all my money is tied up in Colorado. And my money's tied up here in this property with all the fencing that I put in, the feed bin, grain bin, whatever you want to call it, and everything else that I put money into here at the homestead. So I need this place to sell or the ranch in Colorado to sell. So my contract is coming up with my realtors mid-July. So after mid-July, I've had people out to the homes or to the ranch in Colorado. They have not got anybody to close or do anything on the ranch in Colorado, so I will not be signing a new extension on my contract on the ranch. I will just do a for sale by owner, put it up on Zillow. I've already had over, I think, like 150 or 160 views of my homestead here in Arkansas in just 4.5 days of putting it up on Zillow. So it looks like I'm getting the traffic. Like I said, somebody said they are pre-approved. Waiting to hear back on all of that. So that's what I'm going to do with the ranch in Colorado when my contract's up, unless my realtors get it sold in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever my contract left on the ranch. And then I'll do for sale by owner, put it up on Craigslist, put it on Zillow, do everything I'm doing here, and go from there. So as soon as this place sells or the ranch in Colorado sells, then I'll be looking to get a place here, out here somewhere in Searcy County, hopefully towards Marshall, where I bought that house. For those of you that don't know, I bought a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house on an acre of land, which it turns out it looks like it's more than an acre on the land survey now. I'm actually contemplating, I'm not sure, for those of you that have been in real estate or have dealt with multiple land deals and things like that, should I keep the house in Marshall on all that land? It's just over an acre now. Or the neighbor next to the house has chickens and guineas and ducks and all different animals like I have. They're only on a 1-acre lot. What I'm thinking about doing to gain some of my money back in the immediate term is cut the property with the house in half. So then the house is, say, on just over half an acre and sell just over half an acre to the neighbor. Or should I keep the house with all that land? Is it more valuable that way? Or should I try to get a immediate return of money now? Now, of course, there's a renter in it. Went out there just over a week ago, paid, no issues. Did some more pesticide control. He's got a lot of ants because of all the stuff that was on the roof, all the dirt and leaves bunched up over the years. I got the roof all cleaned off, got the branches cut back, got a lot of work done. So I had that going. That's one of my irons in the fire. I have the campsite going. Carla and I were out here cleaning out the campsite because we have another group of campers. We have 6 more people coming in this weekend, so we had to come out here, which I can hop out real quick. Let's see if I can do this without turning my phone off. So we came over here to the campsite area, like I said. Let me turn the phone around. Let's see, that's my credit card in there. Okay, so we went ahead, we weed eated all the ground. We cleared the path all the way back here, cleared the path going back into the woods, so that way the campsites are all set up and ready to go again. So there's a lot of irons in the fire. The ranch trying to get sold, now this place trying to get sold, keeping this set up for campers, so we're still making money in the meantime, trying to find a new place that we can move to. Of course, then we've got to find a place. We're looking for a place with electric. We're looking for a place with running water, whether a creek or stream or a spring. We cleared this campsite, cleared out this campsite here, and then of course this path goes back and around into the woods, just like the other side. So this is what's going on. We have had a lot of heat, a lot of rain. So this was just a couple hours one evening to get this knocked out. And that's pretty much it. We're not doing any more work here on the homestead now that it's on the market, because one, it's hot. Two, we've got torrential thunderstorms coming in this evening. And then three, if we're moving, what's the point of doing any more work on the homestead? So that's why I have been gone. That's why we have not made any Sunday, Monday vlogs, because there's really nothing to report video wise on the homestead. Nothing's happening. Nothing's being accomplished. I'm gonna flip the camera one more time so I have a better view on the camera. But that's what's happening here. So I am starting a new series. For those of you that saw the post that I put up, it's going to be a new Homo series. It's homesteading off-grid, homesteading off-grid mistakes overlooked. And that's going to go over kind of like my true series that I started a while ago that I never held to. The Homo series I'm going to stick to, because people are going to see Homo series and that's going to probably gain some traction just because of the name, and that's what I'm going for, is for the name catch. But a lot of people like my true series on the honesty, that, you know, I don't make everything smell like roses, and it's not rainbows and unicorns for everything. So I'm going to go over different topics. I put a poll up to see what people want for the first episode. I'll do an intro video coming up. It's not going to be live. It's going to be pre-recorded, so that way I can put a beginning and an ending to it and add some music on some of the things. But we're going to go over different mistakes that people don't think, going all the way back to off-grid, solar, rain catchment, everything like that. Because for those of you that don't know, at one of my places back in Colorado, I used to live off-grid on solar, rain catchment, the whole 9 yards. I figured out ways to have hot water without the electric grid, and so on and so forth. And I'm going to deep dive over all these episodes. I'm going to cover a lot of stuff, because I may only be 34, but I've gone through a lot. I've been homeless all the way back and forth. If you want to know more about that, go back and deep dive into my videos on what I've been through in my life. I've been through all different things, from ups to downs, downs to ups. Hey DT, how you doing? And of course I'm an alien, like DT said, so I can give another perspective that the human mind doesn't think, because they got those rose-colored glasses on. So that's basically what it's going to be. Hey Margaret, how you doing? Is going to be taking the rose-colored glasses off and deep diving into all these subjects of homesteading and off-gridding that people don't think about. Couple just quick examples is, you're going to make so much money off of animals, but people don't include the cost of the land, the cost of fencing, cost of all the infrastructure, let alone all the feed and all that, just to sell a chicken for $10. Or say chicken series, you know, on everybody goes to Tractor Supply to buy day-old chicks and think they're going to make a lot of money off that day-old chick, and they're not thinking that they're spending that $2 per chick or more or less, whatever. Then you got to include that heat lamp for all those months and all that feed for all those months to finally get up to 10 months old, roughly, when they start laying eggs. So if you want to do an egg business, you've got all that front cost, and then chicken houses, loss of chickens, and so on and so forth. So it's going to be things like that, deep diving into what you may not consider, what I have orchestrated in my mind, where I play 50 million different scenarios that's notification. 50 million different scenarios in my head, and see all the numbers, programming, and everything like that, and how I foresee everything without the rose-colored glasses. Same thing with this property here. This property got me to Arkansas. That's what I wanted. I wanted out of Colorado. Colorado's gone to hell since I left. Especially my county, Fremont County. They're having gas shortages. Gas has been up over $4. We just had a hike here in Arkansas, in my area. We are now at $2.76 a gallon. So I don't know what your gas prices are anywhere else, but we just hit $2.76. We were at $2.71, and it jumped to 5 cents. So that's a lot for here, but I know Colorado's been hitting $4 and things like that. So, you know, it is what it is. They've had bad storms, they've had flooding, they've had fires. Colorado's got all different stuff going on. Let me see what all these comments are rolling in. Man on the move, Barry Flynn. Yes, I am. And like I said, I had hoped this was my last place. Did all this fencing once again, and now I'm looking at going to another place and gonna end up doing fencing once again. But this property got me out Colorado, got me to Arkansas, found a county that I really loved, a state that I really loved, and here comes the rain pouring in. So give me 1 second so I can get these windows rolled up. So anyhow, but that gets me here so I can find what I want. Like I said, this is a great place, got me where I need it to be, and we'll go somewhere else. So it's not coming in my window, so it's just coming in that one. Let's see, Margaret, do I still have the animals? Yes, I still have all the animals. I still have that baby calf. He's staying super small, so I'll do a video on him eventually. I will be selling him at some point. But nothing anytime soon. And shush until property sells. Yeah, I know, DT. It is what it is. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell. We'll see what happens. You're right about that, Barry. Arkansas is the best state. I've lived in Maryland, Delaware, Florida, Texas, Colorado, and now Arkansas. Arkansas is definitely the best place that I've ever lived in. The nicest people. The weather is pretty good. I mean, the humidity's like mid-June. That killed me on the weather, and I know that goes until the end of September, first part of October. And then, of course, I moved out here October 24th, and I was fine from then all the way until the second week of June. Almost gone to third week of June, I think. But the weather here is just amazing. I mean, the couple months of humidity, it's nothing compared to being in a cold state like Colorado where you have 6 months of winter, and then it flips up and down immediately, the drastic change. Just something I didn't want to do. But we got torrential downpours coming in, so I'm going to get back, get the animals fed, and get home, and I'll talk to you guys later. Go to the poll on the post that I put. Let me know what you want as the first episode for the new Homo series. And I'll see you guys with another update sometime, hopefully in the future. Bolt, how are my neighbors? My neighbors are amazing. I actually have new neighbors. The property behind me, that 80 acres, actually turned out to only be 71 acres. So I'm glad I didn't try to stick my foot onto that property. But those people just moved up from southern Arkansas. Very nice couple. They had their kids and dogs down there. They went tubing at the river, and they were camping and barbecuing. They're going to do an off-grid cabin with solar and everything. And they seem real friendly. We swap numbers if they need any time or anything. You TJ me on a tour a few months ago. Hey, Tom. Yep. Yeah, I gave you a tour a few months ago. Yeah, all the neighbors over here are great, and yeah, so you know the property, you've seen what I've done, and I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Have a great day.